crazy Neil here. I'm the druid that's really fluid because I've got a solstice with the mostest. So come on down to Crazy Neil's for a crazy midsummer deal. Come down and buy some patio furniture, some garden furniture, patio furniture with some garden furniture next to it on the garden next to the patio. We've got garden furniture that looks like a cello, garden furniture that looks like a car, garden furniture that looks like garden furniture. Come on down for a crazy midsummer deal. We've got all sorts of stuff in the garden. We got fish, we got flowers, we've got dishes, we've got sacks, we've got garden plants, we've got garden ponds, we've got fronds. If you want an elephant, you can take it away in a wheelbarrow. You want it, we've got it. We've got bird baths, we got duck baths, we've got fire pits, we got a whole mess of crazy frogs with water coming out of their mouths. This is a crazy deal from a crazy midsummer deal. Gnome from gnome, home from home. We got more than 7 gnomes, cause we've got men with trombones. We've got reclining giants. We've got crazy garden gnomes with glasses. What's all that about? If you've got a loved one and you want them buried in your back garden, come on down to Crazy Neil because we've got a headstone for you. And guess what? It's 50% off engraving. I'm not even making a profit. I'm making a loss. Get on out to the Crazy Neil Deal Summer Deal Show. Yeah!
Törö, ich habe gehört, wir machen heute wieder eine komplett neutrale Berichterstattung. Und damit willkommen zurück bei Not for Broadcast. Und wie auch schon die letzten Male, ohne großes Gelaber, klicke ich jetzt einfach auf Spielen und auf Fortsetzen. Tag 242. Eine Leiter, die es sich zu erklimmen lohnt. Hey, wir haben einen Garten. Es ist ein entspannter Sonntagnachmittag im Sommer. Du und Sam macht das Beste daraus, dass beide Kinder nicht zu Hause sind. Diese Musik ist so happy. Du stößt dir den Kopf am Schrank, aber du hast die letzten 2 Stücke des selbstgebackenen Kuchens. Yay! Früher war es viel einfacher, als du die Sache noch in der Speisekammer aufbewahren konntest. Ja, wie wir ja wissen, wohnt da ja aktuell unsere Mutter. Es passiert nur selten, dass dir und Sam in diesem Haus der Rest von etwas Süßem bleibt und du genießt jeden Augenblick. Als du den letzten Bissen in dich hineinschaufelst, hörst du, wie die Haustür zuschlägt. Das wird Charlie sein, der von den Tatmenschen zurückkommt. Du hörst ihn regelrecht rennen, als er nach dir sucht, und er grinst über das ganze Gesicht, als er endlich vor dir steht. Ich habe echt bedeutende Neuigkeiten. Du und Sam spielen mit und mit angehaltenem Atem sitzt er aufmerksam da. Bereit? Fragt Charlie und ihr beide nickt begeistert. Mit einer gestikulierenden Handbewegung holt er ein neues Abzeichen aus seiner Tasche und präsentiert es euch beiden, damit ihr es euch gut ansehen könnt, während er stolz verkündet. Ab dem heutigen Tag bin ich ein Mitglied 1. Ranges bei den Kadetten des Zusammenhalts. Ich werde noch viel mehr Sachen erledigen und an einigen Wochenenden arbeiten, aber es ist echt cool. Sam gratuliert Charlie, während du nur die Stirn runzeln kannst. Für Teenager scheint das ein großer Schritt nach vorne zu sein. Oder aber, Sam und du, ihr grinst euren Sohn beide entgegen. Du freust dich, dass er glücklich ist und es ihm gut geht. Da wird schon nichts Schlimmes passieren, das wird schon alles gut sein. Tag 278. Ein Zeichen der Dinge, die sich anbahnen. Und offenbar sind wir wieder unterwegs. Das Einkaufen, das vor den Sanktionen immer als lästige Pflicht erschien, ist jetzt noch beschwerlicher geworden. Es gelingt dir, heute Abend fast alles zu beschaffen, was du für die Familie brauchst, aber morgen wirst du wiederkommen müssen, um durch die Woche zu kommen. Beim Verlassen des Parkplatzes stehst du in einer Schlange, obwohl du im Dunkeln nur schwer den Grund dafür erkennen kannst. Was auch immer die Ursache ist, hoffentlich wird es nicht lange dauern. Sieht aus wie eine Straßensperre. Als das letzte Auto vor dir losfährt, erkennst du, dass ein Kontrollpunkt an der Ausfahrt für die Warteschlange verantwortlich ist. Ein freundlich dreinblickender Mann in einer Art Warnsuniform, auf der an mehreren Stellen BGZ aufgedruckt ist, kommt zu deinem Auto und klopft an der Fahrerseite gegen das Fenster. BGZ? Bürger... Gesundheitszentrale? Keine Ahnung. Bestimmt das sind Bürger und Zentrale. Was kann das G sein? Du lässt das Fenster herunter. Kontrolle? Guten Abend. Es gibt keinen Grund zur Sorge, aber könnte ich bitte die Teammitgliedskarte sehen? Hat euch Sam nicht beide vor ein paar Wochen dafür angemeldet? Du greifst ins Handschuhfach und kramst deine Karte hervor. Ja, alles ist in bester Ordnung. Vielen Dank. Bald ist übrigens die neue Teamlotterie. Da gibt es viele tolle Preise zu gewinnen. Ich wünsche noch einen angenehmen Tag. Der Mann strahlt, als er auf die Motorhaube deines Wagens klopft und dich weiterwinkt. Kostenlose Preise, nur wenn man eine Karte hat? Fantastisch. Muss man diese Karte jetzt haben? Das ist so... Das wäre gerade so meine erste Wahl, aber... Ich habe gesagt, wir sind hier in diesem Durchgang Pro Advance, deswegen, hey, kostenlose Preise! Tag 290. Eine Einladung zum Ignorieren? Es ist ein Samstag, einer deiner wenigen freien Tage, und du hast das Beste daraus gemacht. Aber als der späte Nachmittag anbricht, siehst du die Einladung am Kühlschrank hängen, die dich anklagend anstarrt. Die Gala von Channel One ist ein verbindlicher Arbeitstermin. Boozman hat dir das unmissverständlich klar gemacht und er fügt hinzu, wage es nicht zu spät zu kommen. Wahrscheinlich ist es nicht sonderlich klug, es zu riskieren, Boozmans Zorn auf dich zu ziehen. Am besten du gehst. Dieses Jahr hast du bereits deinen Jahrestag verpasst. Einen weiteren Samstag wirst du nicht opfern. Beim letzten Mal waren wir auch hier... Was soll ich es nennen? Fügsam? Das ist der Weg, den gehen wir jetzt bis zum Ende. Wir sind pro Advance und Arbeit geht vor. Fang am besten an, dich zurechtzumachen. Du fragst dich, ob Sam dich fahren wird. Ein oder zwei Tricks könntest du bei der erzwungenen Bürogesellschaft helfen. Hoffentlich wird es nicht zu schlimm. Du bist schließlich ziemlich gut in deinem Job. Richtig? Eine nationale Newsnacht. Noch derselbe Tag. Gerade noch rechtzeitig kommst du im Sauvignon an, einem der ältesten und prachtvollsten Hotels der Hauptstadt. Es überrascht dich, dass es davor eine Warteschlange gibt, und schnell fällt dir auf, dass die Leute an der Tür von Personen in schicken Klamotten untersucht werden, die aber sehr militärisch wirken. Während du wartest, bemerkst du, wie opulent das Gebäude ist. Es ist vielleicht der nobelste Ort, den du in deinem Leben jemals besucht hast. Du lässt dich abtasten. Als du ins Hotel gelassen wirst, stößt du einen Seufzer der Erleichterung aus. Als du das Gebäude betrittst, geleitet man dich in den großen Ballsaal entlang der Schilder. Die schiere Größe des Hotels lässt dich staunen. Und die Zahl des bewaffneten Sicherheitspersonals? Als du endlich am Ziel ankommst, fragt eine sehr ernst reinblickende Frau an der Tür nach deinem Namen. Ich bin Alex Winston. Sie überfliegt ihre Liste und flüstert dem Kellner nebenher etwas zu. Sie sind gerade noch rechtzeitig gekommen, um vor dem Essen einen Platz zu bekommen. Emanuel wird sie zu ihrem Tisch führen. Der Kellner schenkt dir ein Lächeln, öffnet eine der großen Doppeltüren und bedeutet dir mit einer Geste einzutreten. Dir wird sofort klar, warum man diesen Raum den großen Ballsaal nennt. Du hältst für eine Sekunde inne, um alles zu verarbeiten. Hauptsache Alk. Du spürst eine leichte Berührung an deinem Arm und Emanuel gibt dir mit einer Geste zu verstehen, dass du ihm folgen sollst. Er setzt sich an einen Tisch mitten im Raum. Von dort aus hast du einen guten Blick auf die Bühne. Ganz offensichtlich hast du derzeit bei Boozman ein Stein im Brett. Du sitzt mit einigen Kollegen am Tisch, die du in den Büros von Channel One schon gesehen hast, aber du kennst sie nicht so gut. Einer von ihnen erklärt dir viel zu enthusiastisch, dass an diesem Abend viele Auszeichnungen vergeben und Reden gehalten werden. Zumindest das Essen sollte gut schmecken. Das Abendessen ist wirklich sehr lecker. Außerdem sorgt der zweifellos sehr teure Wein dafür, dass die Konversation problemlos verläuft. Zu deiner großen Überraschung wird dir sogar ein Preis als bester Newcomer in der Familie von Channel One verliehen. Nun, das kam unerwartet. Ja, Applaus, ja, oh, danke, ja, ich weiß gar nicht, was ich sagen soll. Als du deinen Preis abholst, entdeckst du, dass der Moderator Dr. Adrian Atkinson Blimley ist, oder Blimey. Lesen ist heute auch nicht meine Stärke, wieder einmal. Dr. Adrian Atkinson Blimey ist so, der für Incisors berühmt geworden ist. Er bedankt sich bei Advance für die Unterstützung der diesjährigen Gala. Dann spricht er einen besonderen Dank an die Premierminister Julia Salisbury und Peter Clement aus, dass sie heute Abend der Veranstaltung beiwohnen. Als du auf die Bühne trittst, siehst du, dass am vordersten Tisch in der Mitte tatsächlich die Premierminister sitzen, sowie Boosman, Megan und einige andere sehr wohlhabende Personen, die du nicht kennst. Das erklärt dir erhöhte Sicherheit. Als man dir den Preis überreicht, fragt Dr. Atkinson Blimey, ob du einige Worte sagen möchtest. Persönlich? Nein. Dich ergreift die Nervosität und du lobst überhastet Advance und Channel One. Du reißt einen Witz und bedankst dich bei Dave, dass er aus dem Land geflohen ist und dir seinen Job überlassen hat. Die Nervosität passt wahrscheinlich besser. Oh, zu nett, zu gütig, zu gütig. Als du dich bei Advance bedankst, randet Beifall im Raum auf. Peter als auch Julia stehen auf und baden großmütig im Applaus. Dann betonen sie, dass es diese Nacht nicht um sie geht, bedanken sich aber trotzdem. Als du wieder zu deinem Tisch gehst, siehst du Boosman, der dir mit einem zufriedenen Lächeln zunickt. Das war eindeutig die richtige Rede. Tja, pro Advance, pro Arbeit, wuhu! Als du gerade mit dem Essen fertig bist, zeigt einer deiner Tischnachbarn hinter dich. Als du dich umwendest, siehst du Boosman mit Julia Salisbury und Peter Clement im Schlepptau zügig vorbeilaufen. Du bist dir ziemlich sicher, dass er dich bewusst ignoriert hat. Offenbar stellt er die Premierminister einigen ausgewählten Personen vor, die an verschiedenen Tischen sitzen. Besser sie als du. Das denke ich aber auch. Du isst deinen Teller leer und hörst dir die letzten Reden an. Dann machst du dich auf den Heimweg. Alles in allem war es ein überraschend netter Abend. Du freust dich schon auf den nächsten. Vorausgesetzt natürlich, dass du von Boosman dazu eingeladen wirst.
This summer, your little ones deserve a treat. Ferris wheel. Carousel. Roller coaster. We've got none of that, but I can tell you what we do have. Danger cars. Colourful germ pit. This swing. Stay with us in our rustic accommodation with all the facilities you'd expect. Water. Grass. Hey, shoot, don't worry about that. With our fantastic live entertainment, actual activities, legally edible food and air, you're bound to find the perfect family getaway at Bumlin's. Located just a few minutes drive from local attractions like Bum Sands and The Hole. It's majestic, isn't it? Bumlin's, we'll take the whole family.
Furchtbarer Galaabend. Tag 296. Die Hitzewelle. Da sind wir wieder. Was haben wir denn da? Die Bedeutung der Registrierung für eine Teammitgliedskarte. Ach ja, soll ich den Strom anschalten? Sieht sehr heiß aus.
Tells me that the bad power switch occasionally turns off for no good reason, so keep an ear open for that too. I'm sure you've already worked all this out though, Alex. You're a rising star at this network and we're all very proud of you.
Who's down the sun, have you?
Yes, they've just strapped on their wax wings.
Classical illusions are no substitute for air conditioning.
You know, I genuinely thought you'd be in a better mood. She's not even here.
Yes, but he is. Our gun-toting handler.
Ferienlager mitten in der freien Natur.
I don't know what the fuck his name is, do I?
He's here to keep us safe from people like this Rush.
Might keep us
Er
alive.
ist schon ein Remix.
Guns.
Ach komm schon. Sieht er ja auch
Good
wieder
enough
aus.
for you? Going in 5, 4, 3.
Bin doch gar nicht so weit.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Dawson. Our main headlines tonight. Siege mentality.
Don't forget but then Esky covered them on the fan.
To enforce the unjust and punitive sanctions now entering their 10th week. In a statement from team headquarters a short time ago,
Ist doch kein
Prime
Unterschied.
Minister Julia Salisbury issued a commanding response to this unprovoked escalation.
The World Council should make no mistake. This blockade and the illegal sanctions it seeks to
Lass uns durch die
enforce are an
Temperatur
act
leuchten, ja.
of war and will be treated as
Ja.
such. Any incursion, however slight, into our territory will be met with swift and deadly
Ich hab gar nicht
force.
aufgepasst, was die überhaupt labern.
You have been warned.
Völlig abgelenkt.
Without a hitch, with the celebrity wedding of the year off the cards, rumours have been flying as to the why. Ever since they broke off their engagement, the separation of celebrity lovebirds Johnny Hansleaves and Tiffany L'Amour has been the subject of fierce speculation in the tabloids. But earlier today, Johnny finally spoke out. In an unexpected statement released by the star's management, Johnny claims he can no longer give Tiffany the time she deserves. I'm called to worship something higher, he said. No marriage can fulfill me, not when there's work to be done. I'd say she's dodged a holy bullet there. In it to win it, exciting news from Advance today with the announcement of a new monthly prize draw for all team membership card holders. Every month, lucky winners from across the country will be picked at random to receive what Team HQ are describing as unique prizes worth more than money used to be. Take-up on the scheme has been much higher than expected, and if this lucky winner's delighted face is anything to go by, it looks like pretty soon everyone's going to have one. Flood-hearted, a shocking inspection of Remington Smith's new flood factory has revealed health concerns that could leave the groundbreaking facility's future in doubt. After the public's lukewarm response to the industrial plant, the troubling report that found a possible long-term risk to shop floor workers could be the final nail in the coffin. CEO Sophia Remington, however, was optimistic that her employees would remain loyal. And judging by these pictures, she may be right, as workers seem to be ignoring the warnings
Das
and
Camera
returning
dribbelt
to
doch
work.
richtig toll.
It looks like it's business as usual in Grizzleford. Perhaps the reports are unfounded, or perhaps, like Shark Ballet, plants are just simply worth the risk. Some men left behind. Escape craft construction has been hampered by problems as the beleaguered scientists stuck in Dante's taint have had to make the hard call of who won't be coming back due to their new vessel's limited capacity. Despite their promising start, it's fair to say that enthusiasm for the venture has waned.
Vor allem mit
Trade
den
tensions are rumored to have led to
Jodenmützen.
plans being rushed and big problems that could have been avoided by just simply counting how many of them there are. Stuck between a rock and a hard place, it was decided that those who would be left behind should be the best able to adapt and survive. Let's hope they don't regret leaving the marine biologists in charge of the complex machinery. Burning down the house? The capital was put on high
neues
alert last
Telefon?
night after disrupt terrorists set an emblematic fire in the heart of Parliament Park. Violent conflict broke out at the demonstration after a mob of so-called protesters from the radical group launched an unprovoked attack on community cohesion officers in attendance. While the burning fist of resistance certainly seems a powerful image in these difficult times, fire officials were quick to point out that had they not arrived in time, and I quote, the whole bloody city might be yesterday's burnt crumpets. All this, and I'll be talking to some people with fascinating medical conditions, as well as one of the contenders in this year's Feline Football Championship, and her proud owner. That's all up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Ah, das jetzt auch noch. Schlechter Zeitpunkt für sowas. Leute.
But first tonight, our team of correspondents has been dispatched to every corner of the country to see how the people of this great nation of ours are coping with this unprecedented hot weather. First, let's go to Megan Wolf in Shining-on-Sea to see what the scientific community has to say. Megan, how's the weather there?
It's absolutely glorious, Jeremy. Thank you for asking. I'm here with Dr. Anna Burns at the University of Princeton. Are you enjoying the weather as much as I am?
Oh, yes, it's wonderful, isn't it? My eyelids are sweating.
And You're part of a team carrying out a
lässt dann hier
study
wieder.
into just what's causing this unbelievable heat, is that right?
Yes, that's correct. Yes, we want to be able to reassure the public once and for all that there's absolutely nothing to worry about and that they can enjoy their sunstroke and fossil fuels in peace.
You sound very confident about that.
Oh, very much so. I can say without any hesitation, there's really no cause for any concern here. I've actually left my car running.
So tell us about this experiment.
Well, we take data from weather stations from all over the world, along with atmospheric samples, and we take all that and we feed it into this state-of-the-art computer, and very soon we'll be getting a high-tech readout of the results.
Blimey, that sounds very fancy.
I should just say, none of this would be possible without the generous support of Remington
Wir
Spitz.
wissen, dass die
This
da
is all thanks to their
Reden sind.
unrivaled investment in our future, and may I just say, complimentary personal anecdote.
einfach ausgehen.
Oh, here we go. And, as expected, everything is absolutely fucked. Hang on. This can't
Nicht
be
fluchen im
right.
Fernsehen.
Right, but obviously you said a second ago that everything is absolutely fine, so...
Well, actually, under concern level, it just says, why, God, why?
We should be celebrating these wonderful results, I think.
Yeah? We need to evolve gills
Wird
within
nochmal
40
nachgepudert.
You
years.
look thirsty.
Here it just says, shit.
Look at you! This is meant to be a celebration! Can't go around looking like that!
Shit,
There you go,
shit,
much
shit.
better. Can I just say thank you again to Sophia Remington for providing all of this?
Everyone, we don't have long. Time is
It's
running
running out, absolutely right. That is all we have time for.
Abandon hope and return to the
Oh,
forest.
gehört, wie er ausgegangen ist.
Enjoy that. I'd like to thank Dr. Burns for just one opinion on the climate.
The sea will reclaim us all.
There you have it, Jeremy. Proof, if proof be need be, that everything is just fine. I'm Megan Wolf, here with science. Back to you.
Megan Wolf there, attempting to do
früh?
some
Passt
actual
schon.
news. Next, let's over to Robin Short, who's in Scritchford with some of the winners of this week's team membership lottery. Robin?
Thanks, Jeremy. I'm here in Scritchford with Gary Failsafe, a janitor at the local school, and Amelia
stirbt auch schon an
Jackhammer,
Hitze.
an aspiring poet. Both of you were drawn at random from those who hold team membership cards to receive this week's amazing prize. How do you feel?
Filled with fervent euphoria.
Yeah, good, yeah.
And all that we had to do was fill in a quick form or two.
Wow, that sounds so convenient. But we're all dying to know, what have you won?
That's right, Robin. I've won dinner with Julius Salisbury at one of the capital's top restaurants.
Ooh, swanky.
And I've been invited to Peter Clement's house to help him dredge the gutter in.
That's absolutely terrific. You must both be over the moon.
I've written a poem about it.
So, can you tell me about the moment when you first heard the news?
Well,
Hat er so
I was battling
nachvollziehen,
against a
Hauben.
particularly difficult floater, probably one of the sixth formers, when the headmaster came and found me.
I was involved in a similarly brutal conflict with a particularly arduous stanza.
So you were both polishing turds?
No, I don't like to polish them. I like to keep them intact for my collection.
Oh. How
Weil ist jetzt auch für
unexpected.
ganz viele Indifferenzen
I
verantwortlich.
don't polish turds, I write poetry.
Potato, potato. So Gary,
Do you think Peter Clement's going to let me keep the contents of his downpipe?
there's no
Birds
harm
must
in
aber irgendwie
asking,
nicht
I
zensieren.
suppose.
Would you like to hear one?
No, thank you. Gary, when you signed up for team membership, was it in hopes of winning the lottery or were there other reasons?
I like a flutter, of course, but no, the boss said I had to sign up to keep coming into school.
Very sensible. It's important to know who we're trusting around our children.
Oh, I have an unpublished book of sonnets about children. Perhaps you'd like to hear one.
No!
Or an anthology of haikus on the death of innocence.
I'd rather hear about Gary's turd collection.
Really? I thought you might say that.
Ey, wie... Geht er jetzt
Are you
Kackhaufen
alright?
holen?
It's coming.
Ich hoffe doch nicht.
It's inspiration and it's delicious.
Right you are.
Ganz bekloppt.
Today on the show there's no news. Just a man who keeps multiple poos.
Here, this big one's my favourite. See how it's fibrous, really lovely.
Ernsthaft?
Would you encourage other people to enter for their chance to win?
Well, if it's colour you're looking for, take a gander at old Blue Eyes here.
The national news lost its way when it covered some crap on a tray.
Some of these are quite rare.
Maybe that was unfair.
And that's all we have time
Oh,
for today. Back to you, Jeremy.
Thanks, Robin.
Schnell weg
What a
vom
lucky
Packhaufen.
pair they are. And finally in this segment, it's over to Patrick Bannon, who's gone to the smelliest town in the country to see how the unprecedented weather is affecting the locals. Patrick?
Hello there, Jeremy. Hello, yes. I'm here live in Grizzleford, which was recently voted the smelliest town in the country. And I have to say that, you know, in this heat, the smell really is. I mean, it's something else. Barry Lardons, mate, you've lived here your whole life. How'd you put up with the stink?
Well, we're just all very proud of our achievement, to be honest with you.
You can tell that. Look at him, proud as punch.
Do you know what it's like, son, being the second smelliest town?
No, I don't.
Living in the shadow of Arseminster. Those smug fucks.
Arseminster?
And who's laughing now, eh?
Say what, not me, that's for sure. So what happened, mate?
Right, the good people from Remington's Fist came in and saved the day with their factory.
You're talking, of course, about the newly built Flard factory.
Yeah, they gave us this big presentation on jobs and growth. But as soon as we heard about the stench, we paid them whatever they wanted to put it here.
Does the stink not affect your life in every way, Barry? I mean, perhaps if you're filling in a tax return or completing the physical act of love.
It's strong at first, but you get used to it after several weeks of your first bout of sickness. The judges were very impressed.
So, what's sickness?
Oh, that's nothing to worry about. It takes a few minutes before you develop any symptoms.
Schon wieder nachgepudert.
Now, folk are saying something about the production line and how they dump carcasses directly into the water main, but I think it's probably the fume valves on the high street.
On the high street? Should I see a doctor? What are the symptoms?
Well, the first one is asking stupid questions. Then folk experience a loss of inhibition.
Fuck off, do they? When was the last time you brushed your teeth, you stinking old tramp?
Next recording is a period of randomly bursting into song, followed immediately by delusions of grandeur.
That's not really a problem, never sung in my life. Hello, it's sexy Patrick Bannon, and he's wearing sexy shorts now. Oh my God, look at me. I'm like a stallion. I'm gorgeous, why didn't you tell me? I should take my shirt off. You know what? I'll even let you touch me if you want.
That will be the bout of undeserved self-confidence.
Love the Bannon, feel the Bannon.
Okay.
Oh man, what's the point?
And the ennui. All that's left now are the hallucinations and unconsciousness.
Nana Dottie? Was that you? Why are you made out of elbows? You know I don't eat opinions.
Oh, don't worry, folks. Once he wakes up, he'll be just fine. We'll just find a place to stick him where it won't matter how many times he evacuates his bowels. Right, that's all here from
Da haben wir einen neuen
Grizzleford,
Außenreporter.
a town that's really making a stink. I'm Barry Lardons. Back to you, Jeremy.
Thanks, Barry. With a naval blockade being set up around our coastline as we speak, when we come back, I'll be talking to 3 members of the general public who appear to be here purely for medical reasons. Don't go away. Unless, of course, you've got something better to do.
Der labert da
We'll
unten
be
als
back
weiter.
after these messages.
1 minute back.
This next section features a potentially controversial guest. Advance may request some censorship if he goes too off topic. You've done a great job so far keeping everyone happy, so let's keep up the good work.
And I can't do this anymore.
You say this every Friday.
I've done something.
What do you mean? Jeremy?
My mic is still.
Dieses Kackwetter hier.
That's what I'm talking about? Cat football? We should be doing an interview with the War Minister.
Das
Or a report from
Katzenfußball?
Trenton Downs. Even the weather will be more fucking relevant than this.
Jeremy, please, just breathe. It's just something light to keep people's minds off things.
Exactly, which is wrong. People's minds should be very much on things. Christ, it's so fucking hot.
Please take your seats as quickly as you can.
I can't do this anymore, Jenny. I've had enough. That's it. This is just
10 seconds. Get over yourself, Jeremy. Why don't you stop feeling sorry for yourself for 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me, your host, Jeremy Donaldson. Later,
dreht hier
we'll
langsam
be
durch.
talking to the captain of the territory's first cat football team, Professor Pumpkin. But first, I'm joined by 3 guests with some balmy bodily behaviours. Joining me is a woman who's been hiccuping for over 9 months. Isn't that right, Miss Piercy?
Yes, that's right.
Yes. Tell us, what brought all this on?
Well, it's all a bit of a blur, Jeremy, to be totally frank with you. So I was watching your show and I remember seeing the news about the election and it hasn't stopped since.
Fascinating stuff. Also here is Frankie Steampipe. Perhaps you could explain to us exactly what your physiological foreboil is.
I'm here to say it's high time people like me were respected. We're constantly overlooked in the workplace, we're whispered about on buses, and we're asked politely to leave children's birthday parties. And it's disgusting.
Okay.
I'm sorry, my bowels have comic timing.
And finally, I'm joined by a man who answers every question honestly, even when it isn't aimed at him. How do you cope with that, Mr. Truman?
With a combination of booze,
Also mit der Sendung haben wir schon mal Mariana mit Pipi-Kaka-Humor.
Is that
not according to my therapist.
Well,
Ich
in
ausgeben.
that case, let's speak to Rose. Tell me, how does the hiccuping impact you?
I get shushed a lot, which is hard. At work, they've asked me to stop answering.
Die immer wieder übersteuert.
Well, I find it really fucking irritating.
People tend to believe your story?
Eben viel zu früh, aber passt schon.
Actually, I've been surprised at how much support I've received.
And Frankie, why have you come here today?
Because my wife left me, and I was hoping that the fame would win her back.
We've started a group for people with ailments deemed broadly comical by society. It's called Take Us Seriously.
That's right. And we bloody well mean it.
And who's joined so far?
A bunch of fucking losers.
It's just us so far.
And how much success have you had?
Well, we've seen some real positive changes.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but it's been a runaway success.
Und durch diese Blähungen im
Not a single
Hintergrund.
person come to our fun run, and all of our leaflets fell in the canal.
Well, Miss Piercy, some people are saying your condition was actually caused by the shocking events of that night. What do you think?
Come down, Mr. Donaldson, that's absolute rubbish.
What it'd be like to have a pair of tits.
Could you? I'm sorry, it's very hot. What was I thinking?
Doch furchtbar hier alles.
No.
Or a sellout cunt.
Apologies. Just a reminder that he can't help it. And hey, if this isn't live television, then what is it?
Fuckfest of propaganda masquerading as journalism.
Right, Frankie, Rose, tell us, how can the viewers get involved with your cause?
Yes, we're holding a sponsored run in Capital Park next weekend. It's called the No Smiles 13 Miles.
No, it's called the No Laugh Half. What did I say before the show?
That it was the team pulling Jeremy Donaldson's strings.
No, I didn't say.
Wow, we may have to end that there, unfortunately. What a harmless bit of fun.
Steady on!
This is exactly what I'm talking about. We demand respect.
Yes, well, later, I'll be talking to Professor Pumpkin. A ginger tabby with a world-class pair of penalty paws. Is that really necessary?
No, it isn't. Let go. Not you.
Unhand him at once!
Enough! That's enough!
Und da geht die Ausschreitung los.
Enough!
What are you doing?
Trying not to piss myself.
Alex, cut.
Don't you dare! Don't you fucking dare cut to the ads before I tell you to. Now, you in the broadcast centre, Bozeman's Little Escape Home, you listen to me. You cut to the ads before I tell you to, and I will kill every single person in this studio. I am thinking about what I'm doing. I've been thinking about it for a long time. We all should be. Christ, it's so fucking hot in here. Do you remember when we used to do the real news?
dreht irgendwie
Before
völlig
it was all
frei.
lottery winners and bloody cat football. We are on the brinks of a siege, the likes of which the world hasn't seen in hundreds of years. The enemy is at the gates, and I'm stuck here talking to these 3 fucking idiots.
I think my hiccups have stopped.
You three, get the fuck out of my studio. Go on, now, go! Before I change my mind. Go! Before I change my mind. Jenny, lock the doors. Jenny, lock the doors.
Yes, Jeremy.
Now. Good. Yes. Now. Good. Right. Yes. You in the broadcast centre. Alex, you listen to me. You pay attention. Now, I'm sure you've already loaded up exactly what you're going to play in the commercial, but today is going to be a little bit different. Look to your right. Yes, really. Look to your right. There is a VHS tape, and I want you to load it into one of the machines, and when I say so, and not before, you play it. You've got about 15 seconds, so I wouldn't waste any time. Now, all cameras.
I assume you won't be playing that tape. This station does not negotiate with terrorists. I hope I've made myself clear. You seem to know what to do.
Every single thing that comes out of this studio is either one-sided or banal. We're going to show the other side for a bit of fucking balance. Like the good old days. Alex, play the fucking tape. Now, I don't want to hurt.
Der verrückte Neil. Sehr schön. Passt doch.
See anything I don't like, I will not hesitate to say.
From the station's perspective, you made the right call.
Reset the system for the third segment. I imagine the ratings are going to be through the roof.
Wer ist jetzt der echte Verrückte von beiden? Junge, Junge, Junge. Also ich hätte, den Durchschnitt hätte ich jetzt nicht gedacht, aber dass er irgendwie hier gegen Advance ist, gegen den Sender und hier eher für die Rebellen oder wie auch immer sie sich noch schimpfen, diese Widerstand. Das ist, was ich gesucht habe, Widerstand. Naja. Ich würde mal sagen, damit ist die längste Zeit beim Nachrichtensender angestellt gewesen. Was, Männer in Silos?
What do you mean they didn't play it? Why the fuck did they play it? Alex, what the heck is wrong with you? You had a chance to make a real fucking difference!
Jeremy, calm down!
You fucking calm down! How long?
8 seconds.
You, what's your name?
Andy.
Of course it fucking is.
Jeremy, put the gun down, please.
How long?
We're going live now.
Welcome back to what's left of the National Nightly News. Our main story tonight. There is a fucking massive military blockade being set up around this country. We are surrounded and outgunned, as incidentally am I. Now I have asked for all the security doors to be locked, the studio doors to be locked, but security is on its way. So, I doubt we'll have much time. But while there is, let's try and do the fucking news. Our first guest tonight is Jenny. She works here in production, and earlier today she told me she put forward several news stories. Older viewers will remember those, but they've all been rejected. So tell us, Jenny, what's somehow less important than Barnum and Bailey's Amazing Shit Circus and Commander Pumplenuts, the fucking cat footballer?
It's Professor Pumpkin.
Really, Jenny? There isn't much time.
Ich will überhaupt noch hier senden
Come on,
lassen.
just one real news story.
I don't know, I can't think. I'm trying.
Christ! You haven't even taken into public ownership yet. I mean, might as well be one from Julia fucking Salisbury's no doubt immaculate kill room.
Leave her alone.
And this gallant knight, in slightly shattered armour, is Andy. He's a CCO. What's that stand for, Andy?
Community Cohesion Officer.
And what does that mean, Andy?
Well, we aim to strive...
No, you utter prick. I mean, what does that mean? What is a CCO? What are you?
Community...
Policeman! You're a policeman, a fucking policeman!
Yeah, that's what we used to be called.
Used to be? It was less than 2 months ago. What the hell is wrong with you all? Jenny, any recollections yet?
Nothing springing to mind.
All right then. Looks like you're in the hot seat, Andy. Exciting, eh? I mean, that's what you joined up for, wasn't it? Excitement? Is this your first hostage situation?
Yeah.
Yes. Pretty shitty you ended up being the hostage, eh? Never mind. How many people have you arrested for not carrying or having their ID cards?
Well, firstly, we don't arrest anymore. We invite for consultation. And they're not ID cards.
Don't be a bell end all your life, Andy. You know what I mean. Answer the question.
Well, it shouldn't have to be a big deal to prove who you are.
Only the guilty have something to fear.
Well, yes, actually.
How desperately naive.
Look, I'm just a police officer. CCO.
just following orders.
Oh, come on, mate. That's not fair.
It was rhetorical. Jenny, ready to spill the beans yet?
Jeremy, please stop. I'm scared. Alex didn't even play your tape. This is pointless. It's over. Jeremy.
I was going to quit tonight. I had notes. See? I had notes. See? There's a recording. A VHS tape. A message from Disrupt. I haven't heard it, but I know what it's trying to say, and I wanted you at home to hear it. To listen to the other side and make up your own minds. But Alex Winston, who works in production, decided it was not for your eyes and ears. It was not for broadcast. Maybe Alex will play it after the next break. Doesn't matter. Tomorrow morning it will arrive in every major news broadcaster worldwide. But I wanted you to hear it first. To listen to what Disrupt had to say about this unreported country. Because Disrupt and I, well, we swapped places while I wasn't looking. They're now the ones investigating, looking for evidence, trying to make the world a better place. And me, I'm in this newsroom interviewing Jeff fucking Algebra. What Disrupt have to say is important. You might not agree with all of it, but you should still hear it and make up your own minds.
Are you serious? Disrupt. A credible source. Get more objectivity out of Alan fucking James.
Oh my God, are you being deliberately obtuse? Why can't any of you understand there's no such thing as a credible news source anymore? Aaron, shit!
Okay.
Aaron. Oh shit, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
He's bleeding. It's in his shoulder.
First aid. Whoa, we need first aid.
He doesn't need first aid, he needs a fucking ambulance.
Paramedics. There'll be paramedics for the security.
Unlock those doors.
No! Don't do that.
Jeremy, he's bleeding. He could die.
Yes, but if you open the door, that's a
How did you think this was going to end?
Ja, was hat er erwartet?
Why are you even here today? It's supposed to be your day off.
My date cancelled. I thought it'd be more fun to be here than moping around at home. Truth be told, I wanted to see you. Being annoyed with you is like wearing a comfy jumper.
I think that's the nicest thing you've said to me.
Let's not make it the last.
Right. All remaining cameras on me. In a minute, I'm going to ask Jenny to unlock the doors. No. Only Aaron, our cameraman, can get the medical attention he needs. I should imagine I'll get arrested for this. It wasn't the graceful. I had a speech. I was meant to be resigning with a flourish of honour. A last hurrah. I was going to wish you all one last peaceful night. I'll see that happening now. Still, I want to have one last stab at the news before I go. You see, there's so much more we're not telling you. There's large groups of scientists, and they're testing something. Something loud and something. What was that? I didn't think it over there. Why did
Don't shoot him. Stay back, please. Mr. Donaldson, you have 10 seconds to lower your weapon. If you do not comply, we will open fire.
God,
10.
cut to the ads.
9.
Alex, cut
8.
to the ads.
Alex, think of the consequences.
For God's
5.
sake, put the gun down.
4. 3. 2.
I think we both know I wouldn't do very well in prison.
Jeremy, no!
No.
Tolle Gebiebe hier. Kann man das irgendwie abstellen? Hätte ich vielleicht doch ein Stück früher zur Werbung schalten sollen? Nun.
Surely a home computer
Genießen wir
entertainment
lieber noch ein
system
bisschen Werbung.
games. Damn straight. And with the RS Rainbow, there's an incredible 3 of them. You could be solving puzzles in Zod, or jumping about in Twitchy Builder. or even taking on your friends in our incredible two-player game Fighting. Yes, you heard me. 2 players at the same time. The RS Rainbow has a luxurious 32K of memory, so you can have whatever game you can dream of.
Ganze 32 Kilobyte.
And I
Wow!
can't wait to turn on, load up, and as the cool kids say, zone out.
Ja, da gibt's nicht mehr Musik hier. Hauptsache ein A. Das Donaldson-Problem wurde gelöst. Ein atemberaubend guter Schnitt. Wow. Ja gut, das ist am Ende das. Advance ist zufrieden mit der Sendung. Ventile waren problematisch. Okay. Ja, das ist der Punkt, wo ich doch einen Tacken zu spät mit meiner Werbung war. Naja. Immerhin einen kleinen Bonus. Ja, wieder Brassen. Yeah! Und der verrückte Nick Steels, er startet weiter durch. Genauso wie Remington Swift. Das ist jetzt nicht das Ergebnis, was ich mir irgendwie erhofft habe. Das müssen wir in der nächsten Sendung wieder umkehren. Na gut. Es gibt wirklich keine Musik mehr. Ich keine Ahnung, was ich irgendwie noch sagen soll. Jetzt haben wir das große Drama im Nachrichtenstudio erlebt. Die nächste Sendung wird dann jetzt wohl ohne Jeremy sein. Ja, sonst fällt mir gerade wirklich nichts ein. Lassen wir uns einfach mal überraschen, was so in der nächsten Folge passiert oder nicht passiert. Und wer jetzt die Stelle von Donald bekommt. Wird es Jenny sein? Wird es jemand ganz anderes sein? Haben wir unseren neuen Außenreporter aus der stinkenden Stadt? Wir werden es erleben. Deswegen bleibt mir jetzt nur noch zu sagen, wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal. Tschüss.
Tired of dull and lifeless hair? Fed up of dry and brittle split ends? Then say hello to Acid Gastrique. Acid Gastrique. Provitamin formula is a deep fortifying, intensive treatment that repairs and protects hair for irresistible shine. Only Acid Gastrique contains an organic blend of ingredients that penetrate deep into your hair, breaking down citrulline and glycogen for hair that looks and feels healthier. Acid Gastrique nourishes from root to tip for 8 times the strength of other brands. 6 out of 10 shampooists recommend it. Acid Gastrique. The intensive formula acts fast, repairing damage and strengthening strands for hair that's truly unbreakable. Metaphor for hair strength. Rapid repair and protect. Deep, nourishing, intensely strengthening Pro V formula. The irresistible, healthy-looking great hair days that make you say, look at my hair. Look at my hair. Acid Gastrique. Because you have to.